I made a video on attacks on Byron Donalds for comments he made in Philadelphia. And I realized that I needed to make a follow-up video because I found some new clips of the statements that he actually made when he was having that meeting in Philadelphia. And I realized that anytime you see people are coming after you, especially people in the media, you know that you are on the right path and you know that you are speaking truth. And pretty much it was a hit piece against Byron Donalds. They knew that he didn't say what they said he said, but they needed to do a political hit piece because they were running scared, panicking that quite possibly he would have been Trump's VP pick. And then he might have had a dangerous appeal to the black community. So this is something that they couldn't let happen. So they had to discredit this man. They had to sabotage the possibility that he might have been the VP pick. And I want you to take a look here at what, these cacklers on The View said. And I'm also going to play you a clip of actually what Byron Donalds said. And on top of that, I'm going to play you another clip where he was in Atlanta for a follow-up meeting with the black community and how he actually explicitly explained what he meant.
But Florida Congressman Byron Donalds hit a new low when he told a room full of black Republicans that he misses the quote-unquote good old days. Watch.
During Jim Crow, the black family was together.
That's right.
During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative-minded, but more black people voted conservatively. And then H.E.W., Lyndon Johnson, and then you go down that road, and now we are where we are.
It's hard to hear him a little bit, I think. But he's basically saying that during the Jim Crow period, which is post-slavery, like 100 years later, black people were in better condition than they are now, right?
You see, this is how politically nasty, cunning, and deceitful these people are. Now they know he didn't say what they say he said. And Joy Reid thinks that she is so smart. These people are so cunning and deceitful, but she especially thinks that she is so smart. And for the mind that is not paying attention, a lot of them would be hoodwinked. So she says, oh, Byron Donalds says that he misses, and she says, quote unquote, the good old days. So if you're not careful and you're listening to this, you're going to think that Byron Donalds actually said that he missed the good old days. Boy, oh boy, these people are devious. But again, you guys allow it. Sometimes I tell you, you guys are not even in these people's league. They are so deviously cunning, you are not even in their league because we're lazy. You don't take the time to research anything. You depend wholeheartedly on these people for your source of knowledge. So if you didn't research or you didn't listen to the clip of what he said, guess what? You will actually think that he said what she said he said. But as I said, they were running scared. They were running scared and they were thinking that quite possibly he would have been Trump's VP pick. And as such, they knew they had to do a political hit piece. And boy, oh boy, all the black gatekeepers, talk show hosts, and black gatekeepers jumped on the bandwagon and helped to lay down fire, so to speak, political fire and speech fire against Byron Donalds. Wow. Wow. So then you had people like George Reid and Roland Martin, these gatekeepers who went into full attack beast mode and decided to lay down political fire on Byron Donalds. to sabotage the possibility of him becoming Trump's VP. I mean, if you listen to Roland Martin and you listen to Joy Reid, these people are not journalists. These people are not journalists. They have no integrity. They have no respect. They're attackers. They're attackers. They bring people on their show to pummel them on behalf of the Democrat Party. They're not interested in having reasonable, rational discussion. They're not interested in basic journalism. This is tabloid BS. And these people have fascist, dictatorial tendencies. Because if you do not agree with them, then guess what? They attack you. They put you down. They sabotage you. They don't even give you a chance to speak. Have you listened to Roland Martin? That guy is clearly filled with fascist tendencies. Thank goodness he has not gotten anywhere close to any political power. He's dangerous, utterly dangerous.
The words Jim Crow, and if you listen to the media, they would say that I wanted it to come back like you would say Beetlejuice if you said Beetlejuice 3 times. And I'm not saying it to be funny, I'm saying it because that's literally what happened. In that meeting in Philadelphia, what happened was we were talking about black families. If you look at the empirical data, before Lyndon Johnson's Great Society, black marriage rates were significantly higher. Did I reference Jim Crow? Yeah, because that was the era of time. Do I want it to come back? No, I don't. And in our politics, the most disgusting thing that happens, and it happens all across the board, is that people will say something and your words get shifted to say things that is not what you were talking about. That is not what I was talking about. Because I will tell you, the article that was written by the Philadelphia Inquirer and by Politico who were in that room, if you read the articles actually put in context exactly what I said. But what the editorial board saw, the editor said, no, we're going to change that headline. Nobody wants Jim Crow to return. I don't want Jim Crow to return. Say it again. Say it again. You want me to repeat myself?
Repeat that again.
Nobody wants Jim Crow to return. I don't want Jim Crow to return. We were talking about black families, and I was referencing an era. And that I was talking about black families, 100%. That era, that era. But hold on, Wesley. My brother. Hold on. Calm down, though. My man, chill. Can I answer the question? Right. This is important. It's okay. Whoa. Both of y'all are talking. I'm trying to hear both of y'all.
Look how disruptive, disrespectful, arrogant that this person was being with Byron Donalds. And that's what it is. They take cues in terms of their response. They take cues from these so-called black journalists, these so-called hacks, political hacks. And this is how they respond. Anytime you confront them with truth, you know they're going to get ugly. They're going to make noise. They're going to try to sabotage your rational, reasonable argument because they don't appeal to reason. It's all about emotion. If you keep black people especially emotional, angry and upset and uptight, then guess what? You don't get a chance to speak to them. You don't get a chance to appeal to their reason. And you know what it is? It's been 50 years of oppression. It's been 50 years of that hold on the black community that the Democrats have had, and 50 years of abuse, psychological and physical abuse. And the thing about it is that there's this concept called the Stockholm Syndrome. So it happens with abused spouses. And then you ask yourself the question, looking from the outside, it's like, oh my God, why doesn't she leave him? Or why doesn't he leave her? The spouse is so abusive. Why are they taking this? And that is exactly what is happening to the black community under the harmful effects of Democrat leadership. We are collectively suffering from the Stockholm Syndrome at the hands of Democrat Party. It will take real re-education, real therapy to relieve ourselves from the hold, from that marriage, that abusive marriage that black folks have with the Democrat Party. Bottom line is this: these people are dangerously, deviously cunning. And if you're not careful, you'll be taken. It's easy to be taken by them. They've played this over and over, and still I don't think we've, gotten aware of the strategy. I mean, they did the same thing with Trump during his presidency. Try to imply that he encouraged people to drink disinfectant, which is an absolute lie, if you actually go and listen to what he was saying. They used it when he said, remember the whole bloodbath thing? That is how dangerous. That is how dangerous. And that was, when you think about it, that was pretty much, in a very subtle way, an incitement against Donald Trump. This is something that should be looked into. Because they said this guy was talking about a financial bloodbath, which everybody on Wall Street understands. And everybody in the economic industry understands financial bloodbath. And he said that if I do not get elected, that there will be a bloodbath. And he was talking about a financial bloodbath because he was talking in the context of the electric vehicles and the automotive union. These are the people he was talking to. And these demons took the soundbite where he said bloodbath and plastered that all over the media. That is how dangerous these human beings are. This is how devious and dangerous these human beings are. They are going to get more devious, more wretched, more dirty, the closer we get to elections. So, you have a choice. You have a very clear choice. Do you deal with these cunningly deceitful, downright oppressive people who do nothing for you and nothing to uplift you and your community? Or you have to abandon that slave ship. You must abandon that slave ship that is taking you and has taken people before you on to a plantation of decadence, a plantation of destruction, a plantation of recklessness. Do it for yourselves and do it for the future generation. Get off the plantation. Get off that ship. Swim to shore.